When we first bought the house, our friends were amazed that we would live so far east. Now keep in mind, we are almost exactly 1.5 miles from 6th Street and Congress Avenue. So we're not exactly very far east. But it was this perception, I think, definitely among some of our friends, that we were moving into a kind of a dangerous area. What was particularly interesting, though, to me was during the period of drywall hanging, we hired this small company to come in and do the taping and floating of the drywall. And one of the guys, as he was leaving the house, said to me, "What are you doing, man? I grew up in this neighborhood and I could not wait to move out. Why on earth would you move here?" And, you know, so I think the neighborhood's reputation for danger is this carryover from, you know, 25, 30 years ago that is really just at this point a myth that no longer exists. And in fact, living here, it's like incredibly diverse. I mean, we live right across the street from a park. One of the things that's great about it is, you know, when we take our kids to play in the playscape, you know, there's people of every possible imaginable type also, you know, using the park and the playground. And yeah, it's one of the things that makes living over here pretty awesome. To me, what gentrification is probably best thought of as a, you know, a really great word for sociologists and political scientists. I mean, when it comes down to me and my family's experience of living here in East Austin, and we moved here back in the very beginning of 2002, doesn't seem to correlate at all to what I read about when I read about gentrification. We have a totally great relationship with our neighbors on both sides of our house. We have felt nothing but welcomed here. We did see some anti-gentrification graffiti when we first moved into the neighborhood. In the park, there was some of that, but our personal experience of interacting with the people around us has been nothing but great. We first bought our house really as a lateral move. We used to live in South Austin, and we lived in a house that wasn't designed for raising a family at all. Then we started thinking about, okay, maybe we just need to find a fixer-upper. And we literally started driving. I actually, when I first moved to Austin in the early 90s, lived in this neighborhood in an apartment. And so I thought, wow, it was a great neighborhood when I lived here then. Why don't we take a look again? And we literally drove up and down the streets and found the house we ultimately bought, for sale by owner, not on any listing, you know, and it was absolutely a fixer-upper. I mean, we bought it, gutted it ourselves, and did all the work ourselves, and ended up with a house that we plan on living in for the next, you know, we've lived in for 10 years, and we don't ever imagine moving.